Do you feel like you need to add some healthy habits to your lifestyle? If you do, you're going to want to see what we experienced in our first 60 days. Stay tuned to find out.
I'm Tyler Allard.
And I'm Joe Allard.
And we're the Elevate Bros.
Bros. Like the video.
Subscribe.
Share the video.
Make sure you subscribe.
Subscribe.
All right, guys, so we have our 2-month update currently, and it has been more than you could ever imagine. I honestly thought this would be a lot easier. Most people are like, dude, I do those already. Those are easy. Well, track it, because tracking is everything, and that's the main habit here, is can you actually track your progress to see where you lack, where you're doing good, and where the good and bad and the ugly is.
And guys, we are on day 58, as you can see. We've had 58 days, guys, and some of our insights are a lot different than the first 30 days. First 30 days, you're kind of excited, and then you kind of end with this wall of like, can I continue to do this? That's how we felt after our first 30-day update.
Yeah, honestly, we've already had a guy quit. You know, it just wasn't working out for him, guys. This is not easy. This is not going to be something where you're like, great, I get to just feel good about doing something for a couple weeks, and then no one will ever know I even tried. So you're being held accountable to a high degree, and that might not be easy for a lot of people. But one of the things I will say is that our main insight together is we've hit the power band. If you ride motorcycle, you'll know that there's a point you hit called the power band where it gets easier to speed up, have control. You're in a zone where everything's just easy and you get tunnel vision. And it's just nice and easy with the power and the speed.
Or maybe you're starting that workout and at the beginning you feel groggy, you feel like it's a lot of effort to do this, and then 15 minutes in, you're kind of in that flow state where you're just like, all of a sudden it's been an hour.
And that's the flow state power band we're talking about. And we feel at the 2-month mark, about a week before the 2-month mark, we finally hit that point. And we're to the point where we're like, dude, this is habits now. Like, we just do these things. It's still not easy, but we can see how eventually you're going to get to the end of the cadet levels, and it's going to be easy. That's why as you progress these different ranks, it gets harder, and Challenger offers a whole bunch of other challenges.
And we said since the beginning, if you can get to this Challenger level 1, you're officially like in. Like, it's a habit at this point. You got a ton of momentum. You're definitely committed at this point because you've been doing it for probably 6-7 months. And also just with people struggling more than what we were expecting and some people quitting, we noticed that this is what it takes and what will separate you from everyone else, because no one else does these things, guys. Like, maybe they wake up early, maybe they exercise, but they have a crap diet, they don't read, they don't journal.
You don't really know how consistently you're doing these things until you actually track it, because that's the biggest thing out of anything you do in life is consistency. Even if you suck at it at first, if you're consistent, eventually it'll pay off and you will become an expert in what you're doing.
I'll take the guy that shows up every day and gives 60%, than the guy that gives 100% 1 or 2 days a week. That guy that's consistent with maybe even crappier effort, he's gonna still pass that guy.
Now, guys, me and Joe started this program, so we have a fire in us to be the absolute best and lead from the front. But we found out, even from doing it ourselves, that the first 3 months gotta be the hardest. If you can get past those first 3 months, it's gonna be sky's the limit from there. And we've already seen one guy quit in the first month. You know, some guys don't have the highest averages in the first month. And it's just gonna take some time to develop these habits.
Well, and a couple other guys wanted to join, and at first we just couldn't take many people, but also when all of a sudden we gave them permission to join, all of a sudden they didn't want to, because this is ultimate accountability. Like, there's no turning back, there's no saying, you know, I didn't ask you to hold me accountable.
Now, guys, let's get right into the meat and potatoes of everything. Me and Joe are gonna put our lifetime daily point averages on the board. We've been doing it for 2 months, and oh man, I took a lot of pride in making that. See you later, 58. That's okay. We'll write a new day tomorrow. Tomorrow's a new day.
Comment who has better bubble letters if you've looked back.
These ones are mine. These ones are mine. I know you like them. I know you like them. All right, so Tyler, these are our lifetime averages. And I mean, it's not going to be any groundbreaking information. As you can see from our point total, me and Joe are neck and neck. And Joe just forgot to track one day, otherwise he'd only be 1 point behind. But my lifetime average, 4.37. Guys, it's not like we're hitting 5s every single day. I can tell you that it's gotten easier and better, but you're not going to be perfect. And that's the whole point of this. Joe's 4.26.
Well, it's also going to come in waves too. So like we said, this is getting easier, right? These are habits. It's becoming a part of our life. Like I just know that throughout my day when I'm done working out, I track it in our habit tracker.
Yep.
You know, and so it's like becoming just a part of our life. Like, we're super busy, but we're like, dude, it's just stuff we're doing anyway.
Yeah,
so
it's just like checking it off the list.
So it's getting used to it, but Also, towards the end of the 60 days, we've kind of felt a little bit, it's going to come in waves. We also have felt at the end of this second month, like, holy crap, can we keep doing this?
I even had a day today. I was like, man, this sucks. Like, do I want to do this? And you're going to have weak moments no matter who you are. Even if you're LeBron James, if you're the best basketball player in the world, you're still going to have days you don't want to do it, but you push through and do it because that's where champions are made.
Discipline is doing what you said you were going to do long after the feeling of motivation has left your body. And I'm telling you right now that if we continue to do this, we know that we will change. And yeah, there's not that many people watching and subscribe right now maybe, and it's hard to keep doing this every single day and showing that effort. So if you guys would, if you would hit the like, if you're getting any value from this video, if you would subscribe so that you can follow this journey and possibly be a part of it and get some good tips along the way, we would highly appreciate that.
Yeah, hit the bell notification as well so you can get notifications anytime we're posting a new video. That really supports us, and it's going to support your own growth as well. You're not going to want to miss out on it. And ultimately, what does that leave us? Our monthly update here. So how are we doing now? Here's our month, our last month, 4.6. That's progression.
Lifetime, right?
Yep, those are our lifetime numbers.
And what's that? Monthly?
4.46 monthly. So you can see the progression. You can see that we, ultimately, if we did the math for you, it's pretty obvious that our month average was probably around 4. If I remember correctly, about 4.6 or 4.06, 4.13, somewhere in that range. So we've progressed as we've gone up as well. And guys in our group, guys, this isn't easy right away. Like, if you haven't done most of these, like the guys that we've selected, we selected guys that really want to change their lives. We're talking about a high schooler. Devin, he's a younger 20-year-old that, as you can see, he doesn't take it super seriously, but is at least trying, okay? And then Gary here, he's really been pushing, but, he's about to level up to cadet level 1 in his first month. He's been pushing really hard and able to pass this guy who in half the amount of time. So if you truly want it, all of a sudden you've been doing this for a while, you can really see who wants it and why you're slacking if you're slacking. Gary here, his monthly average so far to date, 3.55. You might think, oh, that's easy, I could do it. Well, then try it. Start tracking your results, and I dare you to try this and put your name on the board.
And right now, obviously one of the things that makes this so fun, is that it's a friendly competition, right? A lot of times I've gotten my workout in on my walking pad, in the last half hour before I go to bed, only because I don't want Tyler to get too far ahead of me. We also have the habit of tracking these habits. And so one day I did all 5 and I got 0 points because I didn't track it in the app before I went to bed, and Tyler got a big jump on me. And that hurts. But the whole point of this awesome game is that it creates friendly competition, and we're actually doing a cool competition right now where the top, if you're at a certain threshold, you're going to win a free treadmill.
Guys, you might look at this guy here, Aaron, at 2.5 a day and think I could do way better than that guy. Let me remind you, this kid's 17 years old and in high school. When I was 17 in high school, I was playing video games and could care less about anything. I was not eating a healthy diet. I was not journaling. I was not working out, maybe during sports, for sports practice. I was not reading. I hated books, didn't even want to pick one up. And I sure as heck wasn't waking up early. So let's give some props to these guys. This guy has never had to do much of this stuff because he never felt like he had to. So you eventually have to look yourself in the mirror.
And so is 95% of people. So we're not trying to pick on him. He just happens to be brave enough to put his name on the board and actually try it, this thing. But the truth is, if you're doing all 5 of these things, it just shows you how far you could separate in a couple of years. And also the main point of this too is we're not trying to pick on these guys. Me and Tyler have done a lot of comparing to our numbers, but the reality is everyone's gonna be at a different place, and it's you versus you. If you're at this 3.5 or you're at this 2.14, 2.51, your goal is to do better than this next month. Have a better average score than that next week.
Yeah, the whole point of this, guys, was never to be a competition with everyone. You can make it that. Friendly competition's good. But just like Joe said, it's a win-win environment. It's about you versus you, about doing your weekly averages and figuring out how you can improve and beat your score. We're doing a personal challenge between everyone, where anyone who can have a 3.5 daily average or higher for 20 days gets their name in a drawing for a free walking treadmill, our favorite thing.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to want to miss out on that. We're about to do a giveaway on Instagram here soon as well.
Yep, and it's just about environment, guys, like we always talk about. When you have an environment of guys that are doing this, you're going to push yourself. When you see someone that's not giving as much effort, or whoever it might be, it just makes you feel like, man, okay, I'm doing something different than most people.
Yeah, guys, so to summarize it up, ultimately it gets easier. It's going to be hard at first. That's a given. Stick with it, push through it, because eventually they do become habits.
And eventually you will elevate, and it's going to go like this.
Yeah, it's never a perfect line.
It's going to go like this, but if you make the decision that no matter how I feel, I'm going to do the thing, then you'll have a good score. And a good life, maybe. Maybe even a good wife.
Or maybe you will just have good everything. Yeah!
Woo! Bap! Whoops. Oh, no.